I'm doing a giveaway. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can enter to win. Alrighty, we are back with the second group portion of the event here now. And we have some pretty good heroes. No Wonder Waddle, no Pied Piper. But I think that Snow Angel is still quite strong. Good for tempo. Just kind of debating the fates, but I think that, and I'm also setting up stuff on my computer here. Okay, great, I am recording. What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given. Let's go Snow Angel, I think. Share Bear definitely gives me some interesting ideas because of the tempo-based nature of these lobbies, as does the fates, as does Sharon even. But I think Snow Angel, just being the most powerful hero, is ultimately going to be the choice. I mean, I guess so, huh? I guess we do this. If we roll the die, we only get a 2-2. But it's better than starting with a 1-1. Alright, very weird, very silly start to the game. But I don't know. Let's start with a 2-2. Let's see where that goes for us. Yeah, definitely an interesting thing to see an all sparkly shop there on the first turn. Unfortunately, we are going to lose to a roll the die from Ivella, but we find another roll of the die for ourselves. Let's cycle the tiny, roll the die, and pick up a 2-2, locking onto a way to upgrade this full board. We are certainly going to lose again to Pied Piper. So that's going to happen. But next turn we get to pick up Wizard's Familiar, plus maybe we pick up 2 more units alongside that, or we pick up a treasure, and then we'll start playing tempo. Definitely a weird start to the game. Seems fun though, and we're playing a game, so we're here to have fun regardless. And, you know, not going to deny myself the experience of getting to go out this route. And actually, we save ourselves some health points there. Love to see that. Okay, well now I'm certainly interested in the Crafty, especially because I cannot pick up a spell, but we could go Crafty Humpty. I think we'll probably just take the treasure and then pick up the Crafty alongside that. And Spinning Wheel seems like a great complement here to start off the game. Of course, we don't have too much going on here. We are certainly going to lose to Jeremiah's Cursed King. We're going to take some damages for sure, but then we'll have an extra gold, we'll have an extra unit starting on next turn, and maybe we can figure out something to do with that. We'll start to cast some more spells, play some tempo after taking a little bit of a tempo break in the action here, but I think that that's always kind of an interesting perspective. It's kind of like what happened in yesterday's game, right? Started off playing a little bit silly, a little bit loose, but then eventually just converted that into a tempo game. And it's kind of what we are looking to do here. Of course, we are going to get the loss from Jeremiah, and they are going to get the For Glory style on us. We get the Brave Princess, though, which is the best possible pickup that we could grab. Then there's a lot of really fun options. I'm into picking up 2-3 cost units, potentially looking for Crystal Ball in a variety of ways here. We go Stag, we pick up Stag and Spellweaver. I'm also not against just picking up the Luna's Grace, however, I'm not sure that's what we have to do here. I think our best bet will be to just pick up Stag and Spellweaver. The other option would be Spellweaver plus Sherwood Sure Shot and Luna's Grace. But this is stronger for us this turn. So if it's better economy and it's actually better tempo, then I think we eschew the Luna's Grace here. The only question is, do we go Spellweaver first or Brave Princess first? And I think I'm gonna go ranged unit first. It's a little bit awkward if we don't connect with our Stag as the first attacker, but we do. We also deny my opponent a Slay. So all of this is going nicely, and I do believe we are gonna get some chance to slay here with the Brave Princess. Only one slay on Brave, but that's fine. We put it in the second position and still made out pretty nicely with that. I don't hate the Falling Stars. Probably not going to be a huge disruption to somebody like Wonder Waddle, but it is just a spell that we get to cast for free. So let's go ahead and Falling Stars and then roll and look to pick up some additional units here. We could go for a Baby Root, don't hate it. Could also go for a Wizard's Familiar, which really puts us down the path of like looking for monster books in the future. I think I'd rather roll and find another Stag or Spellweaver or a different 3-cost unit. Okay, Spellweaver seems great. Let's throw that in. And then as our last option, we could just pick up Bossy. That's 3/3 in stats. We could put Brave Princess in 1, or we could do this. We could also do something like this. That's not crazy. Bossy down here just for the slight tempo of it all. Maybe I don't hate this. That's really close. All right, let's do this. Just for the turn. And I think I'm going to mix it up like this. I maybe just shouldn't even be playing this Spellweaver at all, but we'll see how this goes. I didn't like my chances of a Brave Princess slaying. We did have the Falling Stars, so maybe it was worth it to just go for that. Wonder Waddle with upgraded Stag, definitely going to be a little bit spooky. Let's see if we can kill the Black Cat. That's really nice. That is going to allow us to potentially slay with Brave Princess. We take a little bit of damage, but you know what? Wonder Waddle things, I'm happy just taking 5. Let's call that a win. All right, Potion of Heroism, one more turn before we level up, or we could find XP right now. Wouldn't be against it. Could just take another spell for free. That makes me feel pretty reasonable about just going for the Brave Princess in the front line, though wouldn't mind a backline Brave Princess still. I think I will go for Falling Stars. It's enough stats on our units. Next turn, we're going to be looking for monster books. First and foremost, one more roll to find Spellweaver or another Stag. Okay, I like picking up another Stag here. Let's just go ahead and do this in this scenario then. We'll cut the Bossy. We're not going to worry about that. I would have sold Bossy for Genie's Wish here had we not already cast a spell. But the idea here is maybe Brave Princess can slay. Next turn, we're working on 3 different potential ways to build a ball. And then we are going to pick up monster books. We are going to pick up copies of these tier 3 units. Will we pick up Lightning Dragon? I'll probably take that as well. What other tier 3 units do I want, or tier 4 units rather, do I want? Let's see. Okay, the Falling Star is not going to do anything. Stag is going to get the double attack though, so that's nice. Then my opponent with a ranged unit, but us with a bunch of ranged units. Let's see. Okay, not going to get the Brave Princess slay, but we are going to get the win. So I'll take it. We save some health. Would definitely like that treasure from Brave eventually, but we don't need it super soon. Okay, I kind of like Masquerade Ball here in a moment, but let's grab the Spellweaver first. Maybe we find Hat. All right, maybe we do Treasure Map. It's a little bit awkward because we're certainly looking for Ball, though. I think I'm just going to go Power Orb, as silly as that might sound, and then let's go Masquerade Ball. We get 2 looks at 5s. And we find ourselves in the possession of some dwarves. Some dwarves in the shop. Dwarves in the shop. Dwarves in the shop. I think that this would be good tempo. I'm going to go with it. It's definitely a little bit weird, but we pick up the Tweedle next turn, and then we look for both Monster Book, Stag, and potentially Crafties. I'm not sure about Crafties, though. It's interesting. Maybe we'll pivot out if we find a True Love's Kiss sometime soon, but yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look like it's that terrible. I think we're going to win this combat and get the slay with Brave Princess, though it might be a little bit close. We shall see. Brave Princess, 50-50 to slay, 50 reasonable chance to just get attacked into as well. All right, we get the win. We don't get the Brave, but this is fine. We still have extra gold. We still have 25 health, so I like both of those things a reasonable amount. I also don't hate here throwing this spell onto Brave to just giving us better odds at slaying for one final turn. Oh, these crafties are somewhat large now. That's interesting. Could just go like this. Pivot more so into dwarves. I'm going to look one more roll for stag, though. See what we can find. And at this point, I guess I'm just rolling down for stag. Huh? Okay. XP is also interesting for how it works for us next turn. I don't think I want this bossy, though. I think I do want one stag in here, despite it functioning a little bit awkwardly with the board, but primarily trying to slay with Brave up against somebody somewhat low towards the end of the lobby. Giving ourselves option to hit Ball, Hat, Dwarven Forge. Probably go back to treasure map now. But I do like dodging the treasure map for a second. I think that's going to work out interestingly for us. We shall see. Tier 2 treasures are good if we stay the Dwarven course as well. Means we could pick up Ring of Meteors. Let's see. Alright, we are going to get the Slay with Brave. Love that. We are going to otherwise probably be okay. Angry against a board full of summons. Okay. The combat did not line up super hot for us. My opponent with a very, very large vulture, but let's see how this shakes out towards the end of things here. If enough things attack into that, yeah, okay, we are going to take some damage here. Take 8 down to 17, but tier 3 treasure, do we see Crystal Ball? We do not. We see Deepstone Mine. So, dwarves it is. Dwarves come out on top here. Very silly to be playing dwarves at all, but that's just what paid out for us. Somewhat interested in XP, though we're dwarven. We're not really caring too much about what Snow Angel gets. Could take a Lightning Dragon, slightly better than some of the stuff we got going on here. Let's move that there. Take this. I think I am going to take a spell. Yeah, I mean, it adds stats to the board, so let's take a spell. And roll one more time. I guess I was just looking for Amy there. Could take Blessing of Athena, kind of just a tempo play. Very strange, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's just try to get strong so that we don't just die. So here's the plan, Angry. Next turn, we're going to get one of either Baby Bear, Lancelot, or Robin Hood. Not super interested in any of those options. We do get the Angry trigger. That's nice. Is that going to be enough, though? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be enough. My opponent has a huge Fairy Godmother. Let's see. Actually, they really don't have a backline. They just have a bunch of health on their units because of Fairy Godmother, but really don't have a backline other than that. So we are going to get a win here. That's nice. The Sting was just very scary, and then they do have Horn of Olympus coming up in the future, but for right now, we are good. We are going to get the Baby Bear. Think we take an Amy because she is a dwarf. At which point we're playing a board like this. Actually, I guess we just play Amy second. Or do we just roll for more Angries and Tweedles? It's probably the play, but let's pick up an Amy here regardless. Okay, now we can triple Amy. Am I buying that XP? I do believe I am. So a tier 4 treasure, what does that get us? Not an incredible amount, but I'm still going to go for it, and then I think I'm going to sell off the rest of my hand, or maybe skip this treasure. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Horn of Olympus, somewhat interesting. Ring of Rage, also somewhat interesting. Question is, am I going to pivot with the Horn of Olympus? Am I going to pivot then into Princess P? And I think I might. So let's go ahead and take Amy, and then let's sell off our hand and pick up a Turkish Delight, which is stats on the board, but it just moves us slightly closer towards potentially peeing. And I think that's where we want to pee. Oh, I just saw it. Can I switch? I should have moved Amy into slot 5. We'll see how this works out for us, though. Is Angry going to soak up some damage? It is. We get 1 trigger on Angry. Opponent with a Hercules, though. Pretty scary stuff. And then they also have this Mummy that is going to come wipe out our board. Alrighty, yeah, double Ancient Sark. We take 8 down to 10. We get the option to pick up another Amy against the Ghost. Is that even good? Maybe it's a little bit better if we don't just mess it up. I think I'd rather buy XP or more Angries or potentially some supports this turn. So let's roll for that. Not that support, really. Not these supports either. All right, let's just grab ourselves a free unit here. That is going to be Hercules. And we get to play Hercules up against the Ghost and then roll for Dwarves. I think this is good. There's the monster book, a few levels too late. Still rolling for Dwarves, I believe. Not Amy, though. Better Dwarves than that. Could cut Bossy and Crafty. I'm not super worried against the Ghost. They died a few turns ago. I don't hate Tweedle. We're locking because of Lucky Coin. I don't think I'm playing Tweedle, though. I probably just play Crafty over Bossy, eh? Bossy kind of stinks. So I don't think I'm going Tweedle. Though the fact that I didn't, like, the reason that I picked up Horn of Olympus is I'm 50-50. Or actually I'm 40% to hit one of either Green Knight or Princess P. I could also hit Bearstein Good Boy, or I could hit Hercules. Hercules, a pretty good one to just hit. That's going to give us just a tier 6 treasure pretty soon. Now attack into Medusa. Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done. So, yeah, it really just wound up not mattering too much. But it was interesting. All right, now we're up against Wonder Waddle, which really makes me feel like I got to get more powerful right this very second. Wonder Waddle on 6.0. Here's Princess P. Here's also a tier 5 treasure, which I'm probably just going to use to replace Horn of Olympus, and I'm probably going to grab a pair of Tweedles right now. Now, what if we get the Evil Eye, huh? All right, let's see if we get Evil Eye. Let's see what happens here first and foremost, and we do. We also have Monkey's Paw as an option, so with Evil Eye, and then we can sell 2 things, grab Tweedle, lock onto P. Oh, but this is such a silly thing, and it's going to be so hard to transition. I think we just don't try to transition here. We abandon the horn, and we just say, Helm is going on Crafty, and that's fine. Let's roll for Lordy from here. See if we can find. We could upgrade the Angry. Don't love that. I think I'll even do this. All right. I think that we might just be dead here. Wonder Waddle is quite the hero, but yeah, this was probably our best bet. We could also backline the Spellweaver, but I think I like it fine enough in the front. Ranged units in 1 and 5 should be okay. Have to imagine that we die here and probably get 6th. Does look like it. That was really bad combat RNG as well. Everything attacked into this massive burn beard and died. We are going to finish this off. Wow, we actually get the win here. That is crazy. Okay, really was not expecting that. We're going to win and get the prize pig gold. The huge burning beard definitely scared me, but we had the rest of the stats. They were all there, and that's going to be good enough to survive. Love to see it. Winning against the lobby leader. Love to see that as well. Tier 6 treasure from Hercules next turn. We've abandoned the P. We are just looking for dwarves. We can pick that up for free. Could have taken the fog there. I don't really know what this guy's got going on. MX. We haven't seen them in a little bit. Not really super inclined to pick up Angry, though. If we do pick it up and cut the Crafty, This Angry is our smallest attack unit, which means that it then gets the Helm buff, which is interesting to think about. All right, let's do it. Not interested in any of this stuff. Could just cast a spell just to do a little bit more. I'm not totally against it. I think I will cast this spell. No, I don't even like that spell. Let's roll one more time, potentially find a fog, or I think I will go Poison Apple here. Again, just to try to have a little bit more survivability in the final hour. Do I want to move around anything on this board? No, again, I'm going to keep the ranged unit in this first slot, and hopefully Angry with a 15/15 on it is strong enough. Opponent with World Tree, Good Boy, Pumpkin, plus a spell. We did shrink the Good Boy so that it's not passing on any attack. We are going to activate our Hercules, but after that, we are going to absolutely melt against this board. So this is going to put us into 6th place probably. Hopefully, Wonder Waddle and Peter Pants get beaten up here, but we are absolutely going to be dead here. No, we take upgraded pumpkin damage. That absolutely sucks. So now we definitely get 6th. That is just so unlucky and so unfortunate. We definitely lose there every time, but we had no right taking 25 damage instead. And yeah, 2 other players died on this combat, so how much damage we took was super, super relevant. And really unfortunate, I think, for how good of a game that we played, that we just wound up getting 6th place on Breakers. I'm going to be coming back with another one, though, very shortly. Same group of players. We're just going to play again, and then we're going to average these results together. So we're not out of it just yet. This week's giveaway word is gold. Each week I use a new code word. That's just to distinguish who's commenting for which week. And the reason I have you guys say a code word, that way I can tell who is interested in the dust and who's just commenting to say hi or that they enjoyed the video, stuff like that. You can definitely do both. Just make sure you include this week's code word. You can also enter as many times as you want per week, once per video. You can go back, leave comments on old videos, just make sure they include this week's word, but there's no limit to how many times you can enter, other than, I guess, the amount of videos that I have. And I've been putting out a bunch of Storybook Brawl videos since last October, so yeah, there are a bunch of opportunities to enter to win. You can go through the backlog and watch some of those, but it's been really fun to receive the comments from you guys, get that level of interaction. You can also come join me on my Discord, which I'm trying to grow right now, just so that I have, one, feedback on my titles and thumbnails and things like that, but I also have some fun ideas for special game modes that I could make work with lobbies of players in the future. So feel free to check that out as well. There is a link to that in the video description, and help me climb on my way to 1,000 subscribers. I'm getting there slowly but surely, and thank you guys all very much for your support.